Yo. So the scene opens up and we have Harry and Ron both up in their wands on this fraud. This is their current dark arts professor, by the way. Bro's supposed to be this famous wizard with all these books he's written about his journeys, blah blah blah. But apparently this whole time he's been wiping the memories of great wizards and stealing their stories for fame. This man's an even bigger fraud than Mr. Satan, and even he tried to fight and save the world sometimes. They force him into the Chamber of Secrets with them because the snake has been petrifying students in the school. Then the three come across giant snake skin that is at least 60 feet long, bro. Man, when I tell you I would be so shook. And I actually like snakes too. Like, I'm not one of them niggas that's scared of ball pythons or anything. I really mess with snakes. But a 60-foot long snake is type crazy, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I had to Avada Kedavra the shit out that beast.
So 3, 2, 1, and scammer gets scammed, buddy.
After tricking Ron and stealing his wand, Lockhart tries to wipe the boy's memories. But this shit backfires, causing him to wipe his own mind and causing the cave to collapse. The fact that Dumbledore invited Lockhart to teach is insane, bro. Because what if he actually wiped their memories and escaped? Like, I understand he did it to have Lockhart expose himself, but that literally only worked because Ron's wand was busted. Ron knocks out Lockhart and Harry proceeds through the Chamber of Secrets to find Ginny. Harry arrives at the opening of the chamber and he speaks Parseltongue to open it. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Parseltongue is the language of the snakes, and it's really rare to have this ability. Like, Harry only has it because he has a bit of Voldemort's soul in him. He enters the Chamber of Secrets and sees Ginny Weasley unconscious. Then Tom Riddle, who is a student from 50 years ago, randomly spawns in. Apparently his body has been preserved in his diary this whole time, which allowed him to be here. Then when Harry asks Tom for help, telling him that there's a basilisk on the loose, Tom picks up the wand and tells him that it won't come around until it's called. Then he tells him that as Ginny grows weaker, he gets stronger, revealing that he orchestrated this entire thing.
It was me, Barry.
Thanks to Lucius Malfoy planting one of Voldemort's books on her, Ginny was in a trance. And in this trance, she opened the Chamber of Secrets and set the basilisk on the Mudbloods. Now, Tom Riddle has been a menace since he was in Hogwarts. Dumbledore knew this, so Tom hid his body in this diary this whole time. That way he would be able to finish achieving immortality. He starts glazing Voldemort, asking Harry how did he survive his attack because no one survives Voldemort. But Harry's confused because Voldemort was way after Tom Riddle's time. Then Tom Riddle reveals that he's the heir of Slytherin and he's actually Voldemort. Oi, I'm the greatest wizard of all time. Your boy Dumbledore is trash. Thanks to Harry's glazing, Dumbledore's pet phoenix drops Harry a care package. But when he gets the goods, all he sees is a sorting hat. Do you know how pissed I would be in this situation? I'm fighting Voldemort, literally Satan himself, and all I see for a weapon is a damn sorting hat. Nah, Dumbledore and Fox were trolling when they were planning this shit. Tom lets the basilisk loose and Harry starts running for his life. And this shit reminds me of that one Arkham Asylum mission with Killer Croc, bro. Nah, that mission was traumatizing. Harry tries speaking Parseltongue to stop the snake, but that don't work. As he continues sprinting looking like the cop from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But Harry has to be the most unathletic protagonist in history because he trips over nothing, face planting into the ground. Bro, this shit has me weak. This nigga's glasses falling off make this shit even worse. The basilisk is about to finish Harry when Fox comes in for the save, scratching the basilisk's eyes and blinding him. Tom says that even though the basilisk is now blind, Harry still could because he can hear him. Now the funny part about this whole thing is that Tom literally has Harry's wand. You can just use the wand against him. Not gonna lie, I would have let that shit fly like Chris Move. Harry would have been caught in the meanest Hogwarts Legacy combo. I'm not playing. Harry tries sneaking off but fails making noise. Then a basilisk takes a massive chomp at him. Calm down, he's just a kid. Harry continues sprinting as the basilisk is chasing him down. And I gotta be honest, Harry's really brave for doing this at this age. He's out here saving the school doing the adults' jobs for the first 3 movies, bro. They don't pay him enough for this. He's running through this tunnel and makes a left to break away from the snake, but he ends up at this dead end and gets trapped. Now I'm trying to figure out, how the fuck did he not die? You mean to tell me that the basilisk suddenly forgets how to chomp? Bro, you're a fraud. Harry throws a rock in hopes of distracting the snake, and whoop-dee-doo, that shit actually works. Harry escapes the tunnel and checks on Ginny. Then Tom starts rambling about how he will become a memory and Voldemort will return. Bro, relax. You're a 2nd movie villain in the 8-movie franchise. You ain't doing nothing. The snake appears losing his mind, but Harry finally gets some help. Inside of the sorting hat, we see a sword appearing, and now Harry can finally defend himself. He starts climbing his statue, trying to get at an even level with the basilisk. This is how I be moving in Shadow of the Colossus. I be in there fighting for my life. Harry starts swinging but hits straight air. Nigga pulling the Valentine off real. Someone pass my guy a blick. The basilisk takes a chomp but gets a mouthful of stone. And it's obvious this snake is just out here for cardio. The only damage Buddy's doing is to himself. Harry starts climbing the statue and the basilisk strikes but and misses again, causing Harry to hang on for dear life. Now this is an easy shot for the basilisk, but it obviously has brain damage at this point. Bro done hit his head one too many times, missing another strike, bumping his head as Harry climbs the statue. My dog Harry isn't any better either. Bro's out here recklessly swinging his sword at straight air. This is not how us Gryffindors fight. By the way, I took that one sorted hat quiz like 5 times and got multiple answers, so I just chose the one I resonated with most. Niggas gave me Slytherin 3 times. I refuse to be associated with that. Harry continues swinging but ends up falling for the 2nd time this fight, but like Rocky Balboa, my dog gets right back up, swinging that straight air to go 0 for 11 from the field. My boy needs some new glasses. That Oculus Reparo was fake. I knew it! The basilisk knocks Harry over, making him drop his sword. Then his sword starts slipping, and if Harry doesn't get to it, he's done for. No way he's getting out of this alive if that sword falls. And if that wasn't enough, the basilisk starts closing in, about to get his first bite in 8 tries. This is how them new streamers be moving at college campuses. Niggas will go 1 for 10 for the day and swear they getting baddies. Buddy, you get no hugs. Harry grabs the blade and puts it through the basilisk's head. And in this process, his arm gets pierced by a fang. No, he had to post this on the ground still. It took you 3 tries to end me. It took me once to be a legend. I don't work for the ministry, but I seal in like the reverend. Oh nah, he's cold. Harry pulls out the blade, then pulls the fang from his arm, and we see the basilisk falling over, passing away. Harry tries to get Ginny, but he starts losing health because he's poisoned by the fang. He makes it to Ginny, and Tom starts rage baiting him, telling him that he has just over a minute to live. And a minute in this world is basically a minute in Dragon Ball. A minute in their time will last for an entire episode, bro. I'm not lying. Tom tells Harry that he will be with his mudblood mother soon, and that's a big no-no in this universe. Like, the word mudblood is basically a slur in this world. Then he starts rage baiting, talking shit about Ginny. So Harry takes Tom Riddle's diary and pulls out the fang from the basilisk. And now Tom isn't rage baiting anymore. He's panicking now. Harry figures out that if he stabs the book, he defeats Tom Riddle. So he stabs the book, putting a hole in his chest before he stabs it one last time, putting a hole in his face. Nah, this low-key looks painful, but it is just a fragment of Voldemort's soul, so I do not care. Harry stabs the book one last time and this blows Tom Riddle into pieces. Thanks to Harry, Ginny finally wakes up. Then she starts telling Harry everything before realizing that he's severely wounded. Now Harry is a natural oral former, so he tells her to leave him behind and go get the Ron. But Fox tells Harry to cut all that shit out, coming to the rescue and releasing tears on his wound. In this world, Phoenix tears have healing powers, meaning that Harry will be alright. So he thanks Fox and tells Ginny that it's okay because it's all just a memory now. This kid can't go 1 minute without oral forming in some type of way, bro. Now I see why that little nigga Draco always hated on him. For every elite oral former, you need a D1 hater to balance it out. Superman and Lex Luthor, Flash and Reverse Flash, CM Punk and Seth Rollins, all great examples of this. Fox gets Harry, Ron, Ginny, and Lockhart out of the chamber. Then the next day, Harry and Ron are summoned to Dumbledore's office for the 2nd time this year. He's talking to them about how they broke a dozen school rules, and I'm already knowing where this is headed, as he tells them that they should be expelled, but then tells them that they both will receive special awards from the school. Dumbledore stay trolling with this whole bit. He obviously got favoritism towards Harry and his friends, but nobody can say anything because he's really like that. Y'all gonna see in the Order of the Phoenix vid. He sends Ron to have Hagrid freed from Azkaban before thanking Harry for his loyalty. And I don't know why, but this reminds me of Daniel and Mr. Miyagi's relationship so much, especially with the way Harry and Daniel both be glazing.
It's not the Miyagi-Do way!
Harry tells Dumbledore that he's too similar to Voldemort and that he should really be in Slytherin. But then Dumbledore agrees and tells him that the only reason that he's not is because he asked the Sorted Hat not to put him in there. And I'm not gonna lie, if it's that easy, I'm doing the same thing. I don't care. I refuse to be in Slytherin. Dumbledore explains that Harry's different than Voldemort because of the choices that he makes. Then showed him that he used Godric Gryffindor's blade to body the basilisk, making him a true Gryffindor. We later see Harry confronting Lucius about putting a Horcrux on Ginny. Then after accusing Malfoy, he frees my guy Dobby from him, meaning that Dobby's free from the Malfoy's abuse. I only covered the final battle just to see how y'all would like it. If y'all want the full 3rd movie next time around, just let me know in the comments. I love y'all and I appreciate all the support. Y'all been going crazy. I hope I see y'all next vid, and I'm out. Playmate Foel.
We so proud of them, yeah. Did that shit again, yeah. I'm gon' proud of them, yeah. Can't go broke again, yeah. We got hella racks, yeah. We so proud of them, yeah. Did that shit again.